Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Strange Origins podcast. This is episode 74.
Back at it again with that bullshit.
Back at it again with bullshit. I'm rushing around all fucking day today to try and get this podcast done. Fucking
Yeah,
everywhere.
you had a bit of a busy day, didn't you?
Yeah, it was long. It was long, but it was good. Got some free Chinese out of it. So
Oh, I want food.
that crispy beef with noodles. It's great.
Is it? I was gonna ask you, like, what's your normal standard
Oh, it's what in Chinese?
order? Yeah,
Always beef chow mein. Beef chow mein or chicken chow mein. That changes, but it's always chow mein.
Mm.
And then like some rice, like special fried rice or chicken fried rice or.
Shredded. Oh,
And then maybe like, what are those sweet and sour chicken balls? They're like dumplings
Oh,
with
yeah.
like chicken inside. It's sick.
oh, crack! I want to go Chinese now. Nice.
What about you?
I don't really have any preferences. I just kind of just.
He baited me. He got my order out of me.
My time now, baby. Nah, it's just I don't know. I'm not very. I feel like it's gonna sound very like
Dry.
douchey of me, but like for me, I feel like every like Chinese dishes have like a similar taste to it,
Oh, I don't know about that.
and it's just like it feels like it's grease, sweet with grease and sour
True.
with grease, and it's just like I can't really taste like the.
You might have COVID, dude.
I can taste it's fine, but yeah, no.
I dropped the
I
noodle
don't
on
really
the
have
floor.
any.
Fuck.
You dropped-
But yeah. So we were talking beforehand.
Emotional damage.
As we always do, yeah. But Rod was just talking about how I don't know, like it's a hard subject to broach, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's how we like, we're always quite honest and open on this like platform, and I don't know, it's like a weird like video diary sort of thing, right?
Yeah. We're weirdly open to like anyone that can see it. It just makes us vulnerable. It's
Exactly.
great.
Like,
Fucking great, dude.
I mean, I've told people things about myself, right? That they come back to me. Like we haven't seen each other for ages, and they'll come and go, and they'll say something that I was said to them like I don't know a month ago, and I'll go, did I say that? I don't remember that. Like I don't remember opening up to some people, but like, yeah.
Is that maybe because like is that kind of like an early signs of like what's that? What's
You
that
trying to say
disease that we
dementia?
Dementia? Because I forget stuff, man. Like
Nah,
I want to say I'm on the same boat as you. Like
It's
I'll tell them something.
I don't know. I don't think
like-
it's that. I think I meet so many people, and I talk to so many people that it's really hard to remember everyone.
We just confirm Jack is a popular man.
I'm
in
not a
these
popular
streets.
man. People like talk to me, like, and at work as well. I've got a lot of shit to remember at work. So
They come to you with advice.
that's the thing. Like, it's not like I don't remember like them. I obviously
Yeah.
remember them. I just when I've opened up to them, it's because I'm so open with everyone.
Yeah.
Like somebody like who I only know as an acquaintance or something could ask me something deep and I'd answer it.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'm very similar in a way. Like
Yeah.
there's this guy at work. He was just like, "Oh, you're looking a bit down today," and I was like, "Yeah, man." And I just like, "Is there anything I could help you?" He goes, and I was like, "Yeah." So basically, right, what happened is like,
Put
it's
up a
just, like,
seat.
I just like babbled on, and I'm like,
Well, I agree. If someone's asked you how are you,
yeah,
they should be prepared for a bad answer.
yeah, because it's like a weirdly like deep question in a sense, because like it's not saying like, "Oh, how's it going?" I mean,
No.
it's kind of the same.
Or how's your day or whatever. Like,
Yeah, but like, how are you? Is like, how are you?
it's
doing?
difficult.
Like how? Like yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know.
So-
Like, I was talking about this recently with a friend. Like, I ask. I've got a bad habit of asking, "How are you?" Like, "Are you all right?" That's my phrase. "Are you all right?" Like, and I mean it. Every time I ask it, I do genuinely mean it. I mean it, and I want people to tell me. But I think some people have been asked that so many times
Yeah.
with somebody not meaning it that they don't care when you ask them.
Oh yeah, so it just becomes like a sort of like, oh yeah, you, like
Yeah.
yeah, you,
And I'm like,
yeah.
no, I'm like, I'm shit. Like,
yeah.
and people get, apparently it's quite a European thing to tell people how you're actually feeling. But in England, we don't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, my like Lithuanian friends and that were telling me like, no, like when you ask someone like, how are you? And they go, no, I'm doing shit, like all this.
Yeah.
They expect that.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you shouldn't just be like, if you say fine and then you find out later you're not fine, then
Yeah.
you were lying.
Yeah. I feel like it's such a British thing though. Like,
Oh yeah, it's a whole stiff upper lip sort of bollocks.
yeah, it's almost it's really weird.
Mm.
But
Part of it I
yeah.
agree with, but
Mm.
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we were talking, and obviously Rod wants to like, I don't know, kind of share like the news that he's had in his life, like why we were missing basically for we were
Basically, I'm dying, and I only have like
Fuck's
a month
sake.
to live. So I'm just,
I
just
wish
shooting my shot every
this fucking
direction.
guy. No, I mean like why we were like MIA for a while.
Yeah. So
But yeah, go ahead.
yeah, the reason why we were like MIA is because like mostly from my like sort of situation, like I just kind of like that. It's been kind of like leading up to the like a point where basically me and my partner like we kind of split,
Hmm.
like, and it's just like I kind of felt it like a few months prior. This was actually like December-ish,
Yeah.
and I think, and then we just kind of decided to just call it off, and it kind of like I don't know, it kind of like fucked me a bit because it's kind of like the first like relationship I've had.
Yeah.
So I even though there was like a mutual agreement, because it's such a first for me, like I didn't know how to process it properly,
Mm.
and I was bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
After like I almost did like the most cliche thing of just like every rom com that I've ever watched. It's
Right.
just like, man, I'm gonna fucking die alone.
Yeah.
Eat like a tub of fucking ice cream or something.
Hey
But
man,
I don't know.
you have to go through those motions, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that so that was the reason why we went hiatus. I think I'm like really glad that Jack was like understanding about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he was like, it's fine. We can do podcast another time. It's cool. It's only podcasts.
Of course,
It's
yeah,
on,
yeah. No,
it's on the
life
game.
comes first, isn't it? Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like we were talking about, like, because obviously, now that it's out there, we've been talking about like how, like Rod's been dealing with it and stuff like that, and it's quite like
Yeah.
it's quite interesting because I think like with your situation, yes, it was like mutual and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I think you were telling me like you were very much in like denial about how like
Yeah.
you thought you I don't know, not thought you could save it, but thought it would be okay.
Yeah.
Like, right? That everything would be
Yeah.
fine if you just carry on. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people actually go through that same thing.
Mm.
Like, a lot of people go through that.
But I was very much in denial. But I think the more I sort of just like process it to myself, the more I just sort of like
You saw it
instead
coming.
of like because that whole thing where people say when you break up, you get yourself busy and you work out,
Yeah.
especially for a guy, like you work out, you got it.
Yeah, you go
For
work,
me,
yeah.
like that didn't really sit well because like when I was at work, I would just have a fucking breakdown.
Yeah.
So I think my situation was I was most the opposite. I would like I was I was more confident. I was more like sort of just I would just rather cry out than keep myself busy, because if you keep yourself busy, at some point you're not going to be busy, and
Yeah.
all of those emotions will come back to you and will make it worse for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's the thing. Like, why, like, far be it for me to tell anyone how to manage and how to cope with
Yeah.
what they're going with in their life. But I honestly think that doing a lot of work and keeping yourself busy can only go so far, and it doesn't actually help you in the long run. Because as you said,
Yeah, exactly.
you're busy, and then when you get that moment, that tiny moment to yourself,
Everything
just comes
back in.
like flooding to you, and
Yeah,
and you have to grieve. Like
Yeah.
look, when you break up with somebody, like
It's hard.
you are grieving. You're
Yeah.
grieving the loss of like one, like your partner, and
Yeah.
two, like your life that you were
Yeah.
gonna have.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. I've been kind of like trying to put it off for a while now, but I think it's just I don't know. I just say like it's getting into my head now. Basically, I just can't be asked to just keep there.
Yeah.
I don't really like keeping things in my head too much because I'm like Google Chrome, right?
Okay.
I have tabs open constantly.
Yeah. Okay,
And-
that's a good idea for saying that.
And this tab right here it's kind of like
Draining all the memory right now.
yeah, and it's just I just need to get out there.
No, I actually, because I think like doing this podcast is also partly like, is a good word for you, cathartic. Like it's like it's really good to like just talk about your problems and say it, and like it makes you feel better about it. Like because I remember you saying as well, it almost felt like you were like living a lie sort of thing by not saying it on like the podcast or saying it out in public.
Yeah, because
because yeah,
because we're so open, and and I feel like I'm a very open person. If you ask me something
yeah,
like you, I would just tell you something about me, like stand out, could be like something deep, dark, or
yeah.
like emotional.
Because you were
But then
feeling
it's
like you
just
couldn't say certain things as well. Because like
yeah,
if you mentioned it, then you'd have to explain. I guess like
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess the one that's out of the bag. That's one less thing on my head.
Also,
But
at the same time, it's no one else's business. Like until you want it to be their
yeah,
business, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So it was technically done up to me, but yeah, no, like the whole thing was sad, but I think I got some. We both got some closure on it, especially me, because again, it's just I think it hit me harder because it was the first time,
yeah,
like and I've tried to be in a situation where like I'm gonna just deal with this, and if I break up, it's fine, because I'm gonna have the next one after. It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
it's gonna like create more layers,
yeah, yeah.
but because this was the first one,
It's a hard
that
layer.
motherfucking thing hurts, man.
Yeah,
But it's all right because I think I think now that I saw it, it's like we're better off as friends.
yeah,
Like I think we're definitely better off as friends.
yeah. And I also think like when you break up and you like you hear about all these breakup stories and stuff, like usually you're really young. A person's
Yeah,
like quite young, like 20 or 29 or
yeah.
sorry, 20, 29, 21 or like
Jesus,
19. That's
thanks, man.
but like, do you know what I mean? Like, and emotions are running high when you're that age, and plus you're not wise when you're that age. You're kind of dumb as shit.
Yeah,
Fuck. Like,
you're like a dipshit in a fucking
yeah.
ocean.
And now we're this old, like, this old, fucking hell. Now we're this age, like, it kind of just makes me feel like that. Like, I don't know. I'm alright. You know.
Yeah,
I think me and you learned a long time ago to enjoy our own company
yeah,
and to be okay on our own, right? And not
yeah,
saying that we want to be alone, because I know that neither of us want that,
yeah,
but we're okay with it. Like we can
yeah.
deal with it. We're not like someone who's going out every fucking week trying to find like a girl and stuff like that. Like,
Oh man, that was like me back in like what
yeah,
25,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
24.
yeah. I had
This
that
was when I
phase. I'm
lost.
good. Like,
Yeah, this is like I think what's worse is like for me when I lost a bunch of weight.
right, yeah,
It was when I was like, Jesus Christ.
yeah. You see
Um,
that?
yeah, that was the worst because it kind of like gave me like a fuckboyish image.
You had an ego. Like that's what it was.
It was a bad ego. It was a fucking like looking back now, it's just I was a fucking dipshit. I was like, no, I lost this much weight. I'm out here. I'm gonna bag a lot of women. I'm gonna fucking, and it's just like I don't know. It just
That definitely wasn't you. Like
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I think deep down, right, as much as I was going out with a bunch of different women on dates and stuff,
Yeah,
I think deep down I didn't want to. Basically, I wasn't I wasn't able to go through the whole sort of like just sex basically.
yeah, yeah. Like you couldn't do the one
Like,
night stand thing. Like,
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I think as much as I wanted to, deep down, it just wasn't me. Like, I
no.
wasn't like
No, I mean, unless you guys like both like agreed, like, hey, like we're just gonna do this as a casual thing, then that's fine. But like,
yeah,
I don't think I could go out with the intention of doing that.
yeah,
Sorry.
of just like every weekend as well.
No, yeah, yeah, no.
That's just
Because
that's
like, I mean,
mentally draining,
when
man.
I've done like, you know, that kind of
So
stuff, like I fully intended to pursue a relationship.
yeah,
They didn't.
yeah,
Like so
exactly.
it was like a one time thing and done.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's
That's
fine.
your life. That's but it's
Yeah,
just I think deep down in the core, it's something. That if you go through it, I feel like it's just gonna stain you a bit more, and it's just gonna make you like I don't know,
I
like
agree. Yeah,
look at the whole thing as different,
yeah,
and make you
and
a
you
bit
get a
like
low opinion of people as well.
yeah, and like
Like,
you just become a more shitty person,
yeah,
and you're influencing another shitty person, and another
exactly.
shitty. So I
And
don't know.
I think you've got to this point now where you're like, you're, I don't know. I never like using the phrase like over it, but like, you're content and you're looking for the future now.
Yeah,
Like, and I think that's a good place to be in because we were actually talking again. We were talking about this before the podcast, but we were talking about how like how Rod is feeling now is very,
wasn't
very, very like similar to how
yeah,
I'm feeling. Oh, I was feeling before I went at Shads. Jesus Christ, I
yeah,
butchered that sentence. But like how I was feeling before I asked her out because I was
yeah,
exactly like the same. I was like, do you know what? Because this was COVID. This was
yeah.
height COVID where we didn't even know what the fuck was happening. Like we thought this was
Yes,
World War Z
exactly.
shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I was like, fuck this. I am not letting like my my fears and anxiety take over me. I'm not doing this. She's single. I'm single. I've always wanted to date her. I'm gonna ask her out because why the fuck wouldn't I? Why would I let fear stop me now? There's no point.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think it's I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but it's just I think we've just experienced life now. Like, you know, it's like
it's the funny thing. Like, I'm sorry, I have heard a comedian say this. It's like when you're 20, you think you know it all. When you're 30, you think you know because your 20s were bullshit. Then when you're 40, you're like, oh wow, 30 was such a dumbass. Like, and I know we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep leapfrogging over the years, but like it's true.
Yeah, it is because like when like before I was like 29 or even before I hit 25 actually.
Yeah.
I thought I knew everything. I thought like, but at the same time I was also having that anxiety of like what people think, you know. When a certain action
anxiety was slowly building around 23, 25.
It was bad, but then I think when I hit that 25, I was just like, or like even now, I think now is a bit better because I'm just like, there's no point in me getting hung over this one thing. It's better for you to just either write it down, put it in the bin, or burn it.
Yeah, I mean,
or speak about it, or let it
out. Right? Like there's an example today actually. Funny enough, it literally just happened like about 2 hours ago, where I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like there was a bare people like standing at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was listening to music and it fucking jammed with me, and I just started dancing at the bus stop. Like I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I was like, this beat slaps. Like,
yeah, it's my life.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying my life.
And you know what made it even funnier? It wasn't even like, I don't know, like one of those like, oh manly songs or whatever. It was fucking Katy Perry, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, this is banging. Like, I'm gonna just dance to this at the bus stop. I don't give a fuck.
I bop with Justin Bieber every now and then at work, and they're like, "Why the fuck are you so happy dancing?" I'm just enjoying my life.
It's a good song. Like I was like, yeah.
Like,
I was just like that. I was just like,
yeah. What do I need to like have your approval?
I couldn't give a fuck. Like I really couldn't. The only time, funny enough, the only time now I actually care about, like, not the way I look, but like doing something embarrassing is if I'm around like kind of friends, you know. Like, when I'm around close friends, I don't give a fuck. But if I'm around, like, I don't know, like, some friends who I am friends with, but I don't hang out with often.
Yeah.
Or, like, extended family or something. If it's extended family as well, then I'm, like, I've still got to try and be on, like, best behavior and shit. But, like, it's kind of like stuff like that, where now I'm just like, do I really need to do that? And I'm slowly getting to that point where I'm like, I don't think I care anymore.
Yeah. It's definitely just, like,
Life's
come
too short,
with age and experience. Yeah. And it's just, like, just go for it. Take a fucking leap.
Yeah.
You know, if I had this knowledge, again, such a cliche thing to say. If I had this knowledge when I was younger,
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
I
wish
think my life would be better.
Yeah, hands down.
So better.
But again, I'm one of those people that when I retrospectively look at stuff, like, oh, I wish I could go back and tell my former self. The way my brain works is, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be with the girl I'm with, and I wouldn't be in this house, and I wouldn't be with these friends. I would have been a different person. So I don't regret it.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Like, for me, example, because I when I went to uni, right, I originally wanted to just leave after a year because I didn't like it.
Okay.
But I stuck through it, and then what happened? I graduated. I made great friends like you and like Shads. And now like what? We're pretty much like we talk to each other like every other day. I mean every day. We get together, a podcast where we're fucking. But so it's just like I can't say that like I regret every decision I've made. Like,
no,
you know, I can't say that because it leads into something.
At the end of the day, the decisions that we made at that time were justifiable.
Yeah.
And we made them with the best of our ability, even though, like, you know, we don't have hindsight. We can't think like, oh, like, you know, if we would have done this, it would have been this. But like, we can't know that at the time. At the time, we did what we thought was right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best that you can do, man.
And you can't beat yourself up about it. You have to like. You have to forgive yourself, man.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot just hold that up against, like, you can't just bottle it up anymore.
No, I mean, I can have, this is the thing, I'm also not one of those people that go, oh, I have no regrets in my past. I hate people that say that. Because I have regrets. Of course I have regrets. Yeah. Like, but you can't not have regrets.
Yeah, but you learn to embrace it.
Exactly. But you learn and go, like, do you know what? Yeah. I'll learn from that mistake and actually do better next time.
If any of you young bucks are listening to that out there, and you're like under 25 or whatever, right? Take a fucking leap at life.
Just do it, man. It really doesn't matter.
You're young. It's the best time because you almost feel like you're invincible.
I mean, we also know that you won't listen to a fucking word we say.
Yeah,
because when I knew nearly 30-year-olds talking to me when I was 21, I didn't give a fucking. I didn't listen.
Yeah.
I tried to listen, but
then Tanya's gonna bite you in the cheek. Like, man, these guys were actually making sense. You know.
that's the thing. Like we had people that used to come in, like inspirational speakers and business people and stuff like that. Used to come into school, right? Yeah. And I would try to listen. I would be like, yeah, that sounds really interesting. And then like a week later, it'd be like, oh, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? I'm like,
fuck no.
Yeah, no, I'm right. Like, do you know what I mean? So you try. Look, you try. Even if you have kids later on in life, right? You'll try and fucking tell your kids the same thing. Like, fucking listen to me, little shit. I've got like 40 years of experience. Listen to me. You're like 5.
But they're not gonna listen. That's
no,
the thing.
Of course not.
You just gotta let life just.
That's when you sit back and you just grab your like whiskey. And you're like,
I told you in the beginning.
You'll come back.
They always come back.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the housing market's crashed. It's like post-apocalyptic out there, and you're like, you'll come back.
It's fine. It's fine.
COVID like is back again.
Oh, but yeah, I was gonna be asking, how was your past week?
No, it's fine. I mean, well, most of it is shit, but like it's all good. I was trying to get a job somewhere else. Found out I didn't get it today actually. Not so much I didn't get it. They just didn't have the budget, which is just bullshit.
Yeah, that's some horseshit right now.
It's just bollocks. Like it's just so much bullshit.
It's similar with my job right now.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And,
like, sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, and like that kind of stuff just, I don't know, it builds up and it eats away at you. It's just sort of like going like, oh, that's a bit, like life's unfair. Basically, woe is me.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
I agree, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like for me, it's so similar to me at work. Like we're so understaffed, but because we're like weirdly on a higher band right now, and not just that, like because we finished like an hour, like half an hour late.
Yeah.
But because they say that we finish on time or quote unquote on time, it's fine. Like they would literally be breaking our backs just to make it happen.
Yeah.
And they can't even send a fucking extra person.
See that's exactly why I didn't get like this job, was because the department was like, oh, the guys that are already there are working well now, so why should we hire you as well?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, do you know that's like the biggest insult you could give to a worker? It should be like, hey, you're working really hard. Good. You're not gonna get any more help.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like, what? I've been working hard because I thought this was temporary. That's why.
It's like I'm allowing you.
Yeah.
To work. You're lucky. Someone else could be.
And then, like that's what they do, because they say, you go, oh, I'm working this hard because I thought it was temporary, and they go, well, if you can work that hard, why do you not work that hard all the time?
Exactly.
It's like, because if you work that hard all the time, you would be off sick for a week every other week.
You would be drained. 2 days of rest is not enough.
There's a difference of like working hard, right, breaking your fucking back, but having a light at the end of a tunnel. So that's what it's like. Where, like, for instance, when you go on holiday, right, or when you have a holiday coming up, you fucking work hard, and you have, because you know you have a holiday coming up. So you're like, I can work, and I will get that holiday soon.
Yeah.
If there's no carrot to dangle in front of you, you ain't gonna work hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel this because I have a holiday coming up soon.
Yeah.
And I have worked my butt cheeks off.
Mm-hmm.
Because not also that, it's just also Comic-Con's coming this month.
Yeah, I gotta get those days off.
I need to get money.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my fucking self. I'm gonna be off for like 2 weeks, and I'm fuck it. You know?
Oh, actually, that's the other thing I didn't say. I'm going to Egypt.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to Egypt in July. So
that was like, when you told me that, I was like, fucking hell, fair enough.
It was such a spur of the moment. Like,
it's good. It's a spontaneous thing in life.
It came out of nowhere. Like the opportunity came out of nowhere and came like very quickly, and and we were just like, let's just go for it. Like we were just like, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
when are we gonna? I've always wanted to go to Egypt, but I was never gonna plan it.
Yeah.
And somebody came along with a plan, and I was like, I'll tag along. I'll do that. Like,
Maybe that's what we should do. You know.
what,
I
go
remember
Egypt?
when we yeah, we don't go to Egypt. No, when we had that plan to go like Japan.
Yeah, we should just fuck it, do it.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I think when we went to Amsterdam, that was more of a like, fuck it, let's just go. Like,
Yeah,
I think
although
with your,
it wasn't really a fuck it, let's go. It was, hey Jack, plan all of this.
oh yeah,
It's what it was.
You pay the rest.
Yeah, so don't even try it. Like, 'cause it was me planning for a fucking week to get 5 or 6 pricks on a plane at the same time.
Hey, I still paid you though, so it's fine.
You should have paid me an admin fee. Is what I should have charged.
I did. I paid you with my company.
No, I think you paid me like 1 penny over is what you did. 'Cause you're just a cunt. I remember getting to the airport and one of our friends, I won't name his name, but he knows who the fuck he is, brought a whole tub of like shampoo. And we were like, you can't do that. It's like, when's the last time you flew? Like, you cannot bring like a 2-liter bottle of shampoo.
That was so fucking hilarious.
And it was and he brought a massive tub of like cream as well. And it's like, you can't do these things.
It's like he's going there for like a whole month or something.
We were only going for like 4 days. It's like, man brought his fucking bathroom shampoo.
He was ready, Jack. He was ready to like settle down there for like 2 months with a
I remember when he opened his suitcase thing, right? And we all looked at him and was like, you can't bring that. And he was like, what? Really? And then I think one of our friends came with his girlfriend, and she had to take it home for him.
Oh, it's so
Because
fucking...
and we said to him, do you know that's the worst thing? I spoke to him on the phone the day before,
Yeah.
and I was like, listen, do not bring anything, remember? And he was like, yeah. I was like, remember though.
There was no liquid,
I was like,
no
liquid stuff like that, you cannot. And he was like, I think I'm pretty sure when we got there, he was like, yeah, but it's not really a liquid though, is it? And I was like, it is though, like, it's shampoo. Like, it's not a fucking solid and it's not a gas, is it?
It's such a stupidly logical question for him, like for him to ask. It's not liquid, is it? It's
like,
not runny. It's good because it's not runny, right? It's not liquid.
it's like, it's not a gas and it's not a solid. It's definitely not plasma, all right? Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that was fucking great. But yeah, I think
That was a great holiday though, I'm not gonna lie.
it was a good holiday. But I think it's like something like that. I mean, I get it. The whole planning thing would be great, so you like, save up money and stuff like that. But
It'd be easier
I
to
think-
plan when you know things have happened.
true. Well,
So,
well next week
hopefully.
when things happen, hopefully. I mean, it's happening. but-
Special podcast next week. You all can find out what's happening next week. Yeah, no, I mean, I would love to go to Japan. I mean, I've been trying. That's the other thing I've been trying to do, like, for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been trying to learn like Japanese, like,
Oh,
like
fuck no.
I think I've done it for like 14 days now in a row. So I've been like trying to learn that every day.
Kishimasho.
The fuck is that?
I was trying to put you up.
Yeah, I was like, I've never. That's not even like syllables. Because I've learned all the like syllables and stuff. Like I've learned like hiragana and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm more like in tongue with a tiny bit of Korean.
yeah, you're still. I think you're still like on that language.
Yeah. I definitely want to do like learn both, but I think
Well, I mean,
Japanese is something I want to learn.
Yeah, because like
Because it's
my other roommate lives there. Like he was saying that once you're learning it as well, he'll learn it and then we can all learn it together, sort of thing.
Oh shit! Gang up Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese speaking house.
And all we could just say is like konnichiwa, like, and that's it.
Konnichiwa.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great because like
Especially if we
I
went to
think-
Japan,
yeah,
because they
I
love
think
it when you
it's
try.
kinda Yeah, I think that's another thing. It's like when you go to like a different country and you actually try. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but people like the way I like when like you know I don't know if you've ever seen this video where it's basically this American
Oh,
guy.
I think I know what you're talking
He
about.
speaks like I think he speaks like a bunch of different languages, right? He goes to like certain district of like he goes to Japan or
Scratch that. I don't
China
know
or
what you're
something.
talking about.
So and then he sometimes go to like a different district in America where they speak like like Viet or Chinese or
Right, yeah.
Japanese. They speak fluently and they get such a weird look of like why the fuck are you trying to blend in? Time.
See, every time I've seen it, I've seen them like really impressed,
Like I don't
like
know, I
with
get
him
this
trying to do
vibe.
it.
I
Maybe
get
it's
this
just
vibe
you.
like, yeah, but I just get it. It's just like, man, like she's trying to blend in. She's trying to be one of us. And I'm like, no, it's a person trying to
I
impress
mean,
you properly. Like,
I know for a fact that people in Japan like it when you speak like their language and you
it's
try
just
to do.
easier.
Well, you try to do it because it's like like I don't know. I always felt like someone's trying to be offensive if you try and talk in their language. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
quite a British thing to think that.
yeah.
Like
No,
I
I
don't know if
agree.
it's
I
because
agree.
of the way people pronounce it in Britain.
Mm.
Like when they go "hola," like that sort of stuff. Like
Hola.
"como estas," like it's just like what the fuck are you doing? Like
It's very like
at least try and
English.
do the
Yeah.
accent. Like not the accent, but try and say it properly.
Yeah, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So that's why I always found it like or thought that it was offensive, but I don't think it is. If you try hard enough, I think people they
Yeah,
actually respect you for trying to do something and talk their language and stuff.
exactly. And it's hard, man. It's like it's coming out of your comfort zone, like, and it's just like
Yeah,
learning different, like, because the way it's structured, I don't know if in other countries, but like I know in Philippines and then also Japan and Japanese, like in that area,
yeah,
it's completely different structure from like a normal English sentence. Like you
yeah,
could literally say like, "Hi, my name is," but then they'll say, "Name is," and then
yeah. It's actually
it's
like very similar to
it,
like Spanish and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like
So it's like
there was one that's like "thank you very much," but you would say "very much thank you."
yeah,
Is what you would say.
exactly.
Yeah,
And like I think I think there was like a research like once you get past that, you actually like you're able to learn language a lot easier because you
yeah.
can sort of jumble up and just like
I mean, right now
restructure
I like because I've learned one of the like alphabets and stuff. Right now I can read it.
it.
Like
Yeah.
so, if I went somewhere, I could read it out. The thing is, I don't know what the what the words mean when I read it.
Yeah.
So
Or
I
like
could
how
say
it should
it.
be said.
Yeah,
Right?
I can say it correctly, but I don't know what the words mean yet. Basically, so but that's a lot further than I was when I last tried to learn it. So
Yeah. I mean, baby steps.
it all takes time, and I've always wanted to do it. So,
Yeah.
but
I was
yeah,
gonna join you, but then I just kind of went
you
to
will,
Korean way.
you will do it.
I'll fucking force you.
Next week, innit? Alright.
2 months, dude. 2 months.
Alright, guys. Well, that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a strangely deep episode, but I think it was something that needed to be said and explained
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and get off the
See.
chest.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Yes, yeah, but anyway, we'll speak to you next week again, same time. Hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully I'm okay. Yeah, and we'll see each other next time. Peace.
Yeah.